Alright, so let's do a little tutorial for the newbies. And I guess what we'll start with is what monsters to keep. Basically, you want to keep all 4-star monsters that aren't dupes, all 5-star monsters, not 5s, and all light and dark that are not dupes. You never know when they're going to get a buff, so you want to hold on to them. Just put them in your monster storage, which you get at level 20, and just store them aside. Also, the dupes could be used pretty well for, you know, evolving them up to the next star level, and it counts as a Devilmon, so you can get a skill up. You want your monster skilled up. For new players, you definitely want to build the Fusion Hexagram, and you want to work towards your Veromos. Veromos will help you in many places, such as dragons, giants. It'll help you in TOA. It'll help you in many different places. So you need to work towards that. While we're here in the fusion thing, you also probably want to build an Orang, a Beretta, and a Kabezanoof, and a Harmonia. They're probably the best out of the 4 stars here. If you need a Reser, you can get the Water Undyne. Personally, I think that there's better ones. Michelle is easier to get. Michelle's better. There's lots of better ones. Okay. Next up is the PvP thing. If you don't like PvP, doesn't matter. Do your rivals. Make sure that your rivals are always on cooldown. Get them. It's a good source of crystals. And you're going to need the PvP tokens to get things in the glory shop. You want to get a Devilmon, you want to get it every week, you want to make sure you have it every week. When you have an excess of glory, then you come over here, make sure you max out your Mysterious Plant and your Sanctum of Energy. Those will let you play longer without having to basically pay and get paying 30 crystals for recharging. Because early on, it's not really efficient to recharge for 30 crystals when you're only gaining like 40 energy. So save your crystals in the beginning. After you have both of these maxed out, then you want to evenly split it up between speed, HP, and defense, because in the beginning, you're going to need it. Speed is most important because faster you go, more times you go. Okay, after that you have getting into a guild. You want to get into a guild as soon as possible, because in the guild shop you can get the 4-star Rainbow Mon. The 4-star Rainbow Mon makes it easier for you to 6-star things. So even though you'll probably not use it in the beginning, like the Devilmons, you're probably not going to use the Devilmons on your first couple monsters. Just put them aside, so you have a nice 5-star to feed it to. There's a couple exceptions for some 4-stars that you might want to give it to. Hold off on it for now, but there are certain ones that you might want to give it to. As for the Rainbow Mon, just keep it aside till you're able to use them. You're going to get plenty of Rainbow Mons doing the different events that are going on. They give you different things, rewards for different things, you know, depending on what it does. This one was defeat monsters to get them, and here this one gives you 4, and it gives you 2 3-stars. So you definitely want to do the events. Make sure you do the events. Next up is farming. You want to make sure that your first 6-star is a farmer. Volcano is pretty much your goal for the beginning, path 1. So they give you Lapis to start, the Water Magic Knight. Just make sure that you get the Water Magic Knight up. Decent attack. She heals with her 3rd ability, so you just need to be fast and do damage. That's pretty much it. The stuff in here is pretty much has very low hit points, so you can kill it pretty easily. She has 3 AoE skills, so she burns through pretty quickly. So you send her in with 3 monsters that you're leveling, so she can help level up your monsters, which you then use for food to level up your rainbow mons or level up other monsters to feed to the 4-star rainbow mon so that you can get more 6 stars. If you get a good wind monster, you can do Iden Forest at the outer wall. It gives you more XP than the volcano. And if you get a really good fire monster, you come over here to Chiruka Remains. Preferably all on Hell, so that way you can get the most experience for your energy. It all comes down to energy over XP, because energy is the only limiting factor in here, unless you're pay to play, and then then it comes down to XP per time, because you'll just buy your energy back. In the beginning, when you're low level, it's also good to make sure that you pick up your premium packs. It'll give you a good chance at getting, it gives you 11 Mystic Scrolls, and it gives you practically the money to open them all. Okay, so it's a little bit better than, getting Mystic Scrolls normally. And don't buy Mystic Scrolls individually, and don't do the Crystal Summon. It's better to get the 1 extra Mystic Scroll for paying the $7.50. It also gives you 3 Angel Mons, 1 for fire, 1 for water, 1 for wind. Usually you have to awaken them, but the event right now gives them to you awakened. And if you're lucky, you'll get a good 4-star, and if you're really lucky, you'll get a good 5-star. That'll help you progress. After you have a good farming comp and you're building up things, then you can worry about going into Giants, Dragons, and Necro. Before you do Giants, Dragons, and Necros, if you need runes, it's probably better to do the Hell mode of the individual stages and get the rune that you need. For instance, with the example of the Magic Knight, you come over here, you get the Fatal set, so she can do damage. And you choose, depending on which one of these you do, 1 through 6 gives you the slot of the rune. So if you need a slot 2 attack percentage, you do number 2 until you get the attack percentage. On Hell, it drops 3 and 4-star runes with a low chance at 5. If you get a 5-star rune for 2, 4, and 6, you're pretty much set for your farmer for a pretty decent time. Yeah, so that's what I recommend. I don't really recommend going to Giants early, because you'd just be wasting time, because you have to go all the way up to the 7th floor, B7, to get 6-star runes. So effectively you're going to be farming for 4 and 5-star runes anyway. So you might as well go choose the rune you need so you can continue with leveling the people that you need. So those are the 3 places. If you are really weak and you can't do the volcano, you could do the desert, number 3. In desert number 3, they don't hit hard at all. They're very easy to kill. It's just these sandmen and this Krakdoon at the end, Krakadon. And he he's got high defense. He doesn't really hit that hard. He has one AoE skill. Everyone else is single target. They have a chance to put you to sleep, but that doesn't really matter too much. Once you're able to farm and get pretty much any decent gear, decent runes, the desert becomes super easy to walk through with almost any character, including the Magic Knight, who is weak to the wind monsters. But when she gets to the end, her second skill, armor breaks, and it makes short work of the last boss. So, what else do we want to cover in this first tutorial? Let's see, so we did farming, what monsters to keep, PvP, and guild. Okay, so I think that's it for the first video. Okay, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, do all that wonderful YouTube jazz. I'm going to make a couple more videos on what you should do. There's a few other things I want to go over with other things, and we'll get into those into future videos. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye.